Resident Evil was known for defining the survival horror gaming genre and changing it forever. It's also been hailed as one of the most influential and greatest video games of all time, and credited with repopularizing zombies in mainstream popular culture. But where did all of this come from? Who had the idea? How was Resident Evil born? In January 1989, Japan, the film Sweet Home was released in cinemas. The film follows a small film crew who visits the old abandoned mansion of the famous artist Ichiro Mamiya, who left several precious frescoes inside his house. The team wants to restore and publish the paintings and film a documentary about Mamiya and his arts. As they enter the mansion, paranormal events begin to happen due to the presence of a poltergeist. I won't spoil the film anymore, so go and watch the ending for yourself, it's worth it. The film had groundbreaking special effects, for its time anyway, and received good reviews from fans and critics. Whilst the film was in production, Tokyo Fujiwara, who was working for Capcom at the time, was granted special viewing rights to the film, so he could develop a tie-in video game for the Famicom. Kiyoshi Kurosawa, the film's director, served as the game's producer to help make the game as close as possible to the film. The film's trailer even included gameplay footage to help promote it. The Famicom, or NES anywhere else, was limited in its technical power and graphical limitations, which apparently frustrated Tokuro Fujiwara during development. However, this didn't appear to stop the game from receiving significant praise from critics, who believed the game successfully created a haunting experience. Sweet Home is a RPG set within a mansion. There are 5 playable characters who can venture solo or explore in teams of 2 or 3. The player can switch between characters and parties at any time. The 5 characters each have unique items that is necessary to complete the game: a camera, lighter, medical kit, lockpick and vacuum cleaner. Whilst working at Capcom in 1993, Fujiwara was given the task of producing a new game called Resident Evil. To help him achieve this, Shinji Mikami was employed as director. The game was to be a remake of his previous game Sweet Home. However, due to Capcom no longer having the rights to the Sweet Home license, they had to invent something new. Now, this is where you'll start to notice some similarities between both of the games. Both games are set in a mansion, the story is told through the use of scattered notes, and there are multiple endings depending on how many characters survive. Other shared elements include the brutal imagery, door loading sequences, puzzles, backtracking, and characters with unique items such as the lockpick and lighter. Resident Evil was a huge success when it was released in 1996 thanks to the powerful PlayStation console. The game was actually going to be on the Super NES in 1993, but changed to a fully 3D first-person PlayStation game whilst in development in 1994, before finally changing into the third-person game with pre-rendered backdrops that we all know now. Thanks to the success of the game, Resident Evil spawned into a multimedia franchise including video games, films, comics, novels and other merchandise over the years. Sweet Home's influence can be seen in more than just the first Resident Evil, however. In Resident Evil 0, the player can switch between characters at will and drop items anywhere on the map for the other characters to pick up, similar to Sweet Home. Resident Evil's quick time events are like those in Sweet Home 2, and also the plot of Resident Evil 7 is based from that of the original 1989 Famicom game, where a film crew go into an abandoned house which has a paranormal female presence and a tragic tale involving a family that once lived there. It's clear to see how Resident Evil was born when comparing all these gameplay elements. But they all came from one idea: the idea of making a brilliant horror game. Thank you for watching that video. If you liked it, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, but also hit the bell icon to get any notifications when my videos go live, and take care. Bye.